Hi, everybody. I'm Frank Brown, CEO of Corrective Exercise, and today I want to touch on a question I get asked a lot. Is people come to us often and they say, thinking about getting some exercise or some PT for my loved one, and I only want to do once a week, or I only want them to do once a week because I don't want them to overdo it. It is true. It's very easy to over exercise and overstress the aging body. At 80 years old, 90 years old, it's not that forgiving. But the question you have to ask yourself is, what is that individual's current level of activity? A lot of elderly people basically sit in their recliner 18 hours a day and then are in bed the other 7 or 8 or 10 or whatever the ratio is. For elderly people, frequency of exercise is even more critical because you cannot train them with the same intensity you can a 20, 30, 40, a 50, even 60-year-old, because the body does not recover at the same rate. When you program a younger individual, you can train them 2 or 3 times a week at an intensity high enough for them to see results, because a majority of the progress you see from that population is actually coming from the recovery phase. It's not the exercise itself that creates the benefit. It's how the body responds to exercise. And when the body is resting, the muscles are growing and adapting to the stress it's just undergone. So exercise is a version of controlled stress. For someone who is 75 or 80, 85, even 90, some of our clients are even 100 plus years old, the exercise has to be very low intensity because the risk of injury is so high. And that means we need very frequent, low intensity exercise sessions. Also, when a person has very little activity because they have so many pre-existing conditions, it's not safe for them to be active on their own. Basically, the exercise that they're getting with their PT or their trainer becomes the only activity they're getting. And the body adapts to whatever it is exposed to. Said principles, specific adaptation to imposed demands. I try to liken this theory to that of an alcoholic. So someone who rarely ever consumes alcohol will only be able to withstand consuming so much alcohol before they become intoxicated. On the other side, people who consume alcohol all the time can have blood alcohol levels that are extremely high, yet on the surface, they may not even look inebriated. So yeah, said principle, everything your body does, it adapts to. And that comes back to the phrase, use it or lose it. The more you move, the better you will do. So that is our response to the question of, how much exercise does my elderly loved one actually need? Depends on many factors, but generally speaking, frequency of program, 3 days minimum. If they're trying to overcome mobility issues, if they can't walk and need to regain the ability to walk, that's probably a 5-day-a-week type of program. So yes, frequency is key.